What's up, guys? Private Eye Russ here. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been any place. You chose to be here with me right now, and so I'm going to try to make it worth your while. So let's get straight into it. But first, you can reach me at russ@privateeruss.com. That's russ@privateeruss.com if you need an investigator. I'm a licensed private investigator, also a licensed bail bondsman. I own a private investigative company. We specialize in, well, we have a bunch of different things we do. We do cyber investigations. We do forensic cyber investigations. We obviously do a lot of infidelity and as well as integrity checks for your spouse, your long-term relationship partner. If you suspect cheating, reach out and maybe we can help you, or we can at least point you in the right direction if not. Criminal defense, litigation support, the whole 9 yards. Corporate theft investigations is a big one. We've done a ton of those successfully. So anyway, let's get into the video. This is about a false accusation, and well, let's go ahead. Fair use.
Elizabeth Coast is going to jail for telling a lie that sent a man to prison for 4.5 years. Today, she got her sentence. That story coming up.
That is the breaking news we're starting with tonight. A woman is going to jail for a lie, accused a man of sexual assault, and he paid for that lie with 4 years of his life.
The woman eventually admitted she made the whole thing up. Elizabeth Coast was just 7.
Okay. All right. She admitted she made the whole thing up, and so, and again, the reason some of these accusations occur, one woman made up a story. Thankfully, nobody got arrested, but she made up a story because she didn't want to pay for an STD check after she let somebody go in there raw. She was married, and well, at least she was going to get herself checked, but still, made up a story, and she wound up getting in trouble, as she should.
When she accused Jonathan of Montgomery of the abuse. There were no witnesses, just her word against his. 10 Years Side's Andy Fox was in court for the sentencing and has details of her punishment. And Andy, what did she have to say about this?
Well, almost everything that came out of her mouth in court today was emotional. I'm going to read to you one statement she said that kind of sums up the entire day. I never forgot about Jonathan. My life was ruined by it, and so was his. I decided to take serious my faith and to give up the lie. I may go to jail, but I have to right this wrong. I selfishly try to protect myself. The truth is, Jonathan lived in a physical prison, and I lived in a prison in my...
All right. Never underestimate a woman's ability to claim victimhood even when she is not. So she falsely accused a guy of grape, and he winds up going to prison for 4.5 years, and somehow we're supposed to feel sorry for her, I guess. Okay. All right. Fair use.
Mind. A very emotional day, and then the judge sentenced Elizabeth Coast.
All right.
In her only
I'm curious to see what she got sentenced to, but we'll see. All right.
Statement outside a courtroom, Elizabeth Coast said she's sorry. Before you get sentenced, what would you like to say to Jonathan Montgomery?
You can answer that.
Okay. I am very sorry for the mistake that I've made and the lie that I told. And this is me taking responsibility for that.
In court, Coast said...
Okay, so she did screw the man's life over, screw the man's life up. Shout out to her for coming clean. You know, I want to know more about the backstory. Usually people have to have their arms twisted before they come out and tell the truth. You know, I've been part of that process on multiple occasions. And so I'd be interested, you know, the faith thing. Okay, your faith should have stopped you from putting the dude in prison in the first place, and it took your faith 4.5 years to kick in. I think there's more to this story, but this is what we have.
She lied about the sexual assault that sent Jonathan Montgomery away for 4.5 years. Coase said she didn't want to disappoint her mother, who was portrayed in court as a heavy-handed disciplinarian. Coase's mother caught her reading adult material, and that's when the lies began. Coase blamed Montgomery.
Okay, and this is a good segue to the next point. One of the things I've noticed as an investigator, one of the reasons women will make a false allegation is to cover up something else. And so cover up infidelity, cover up other behavior. Oh, this guy did this, somebody did that to me. that's why that's why this happened. And so again, it's not about taking responsibility. It's about passing blame off to somebody else. And look, here's the thing. I'm not unsympathetic to people who are actually victims, but the false accusations, they tie up, or they muddy the waters for people who actually are victims. They muddy the waters significantly. I think false accusations happen a lot more than people realize or even want to admit. And then, there are actual victims that, resources, as the judge said in one of the other videos I watched and analyzed, the resources that were dedicated to investigating and figuring out that it was a false accusation could have been used, um, you know, could have been used elsewhere and put to better use. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use.
Montgomery because her mother kept pushing the issue, and Montgomery had moved away, and Coase never thought that he would be found, but he was.
So homeboy moved away, so she just threw his name out there. Gosh, man. Like, and so, this guy didn't do anything. He moved out of town, and next thing you know, he's getting grabbed up. Okay.
Coase attorney Ron Smith said she should be given credit for coming forward, even though it took her almost 5 years. Judge Bonnie Jones agreed, giving Coase a 2-month sentence, which she can.
Okay. This dude was in prison for 4.5 years and counting. Who knows how long he got sentenced to. And for uttering a false statement, making a false accusation, filing a false report, she gets 2 months. 2 months. That's it. She probably won't even serve that whole 2 months. Like that's ridiculous. She should be in there for as long as he was in there. Maybe stop people from doing this sort of thing. But anyway, that's disgusting. It's a travesty of justice, and it happens regularly.
Serve on weekends beginning this weekend.
She can serve on weekends. So, oh my God. All right. So again, we talk about the disparity of prosecution. It's real. Like, look at she gets to serve her time on weekends. Okay, so she doesn't get to go see the movie premieres or whatever else, but she gets to live a normal life while this dude was locked up in prison, probably with a bunch of animals. And there's a video I'll analyze or give some commentary on. It's a guy who served some time in prison, talked about how prisoners deal with people who have been convicted of that, even if you're falsely accused. So anyway, we'll go more into that, but it's just ridiculous.
Say to the judge that if there's somebody else out there that did this, do you want to give a big sentence to somebody and send the wrong message? Don't come forward. We're going to lock you up.
And in the end, the judge believed that line of thought from attorney Ron Smith. So, how much did the judge give attention to that fact? Well, she gave a 5-year sentence, and all of it suspended, but 2 months that Elizabeth Coase can serve during the weekend. And also, and this is very important, restitution. Elizabeth Coase must make money and pay Jonathan Montgomery $90,000.
For 5 years. For almost 5 years of your life. I'm sorry, that's not enough. He should be suing the state as well too. I hope he does. This is years ago, so who knows? He probably did. But she gets a 5-year suspended sentence, 2 months in jail that she gets to serve on weekends, probably in a work camp or something like that, something ridiculous like that. And this man's life has been irreparably changed. So again, if you are up against a false accusation, number one, get an attorney. Do not use a public defender. They are not there to serve you. They're there to help usher you quietly and efficiently into the prison system, and just accept whatever deal the prosecutor offers you. And so they're not on your team. If you've got to sell a kidney and do what you got to do. If you got to take a mortgage out on your house, do that, because if you are up against it, you want the best legal representation you can get. And then once you do get that legal representation, tell them to email me at RUSS at privateirus.com, or hit me up on X in my DMs, and I'll help you out. Anyway, it's your boy Private Eye Russ. Again, Russ at privateirus.com. I'm going to be reacting to more videos as we go along. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get my footing with this and trying to perfect my technique. So anyway, it's your boy Private Eye Russ. I'm out.